Oh, there's just so many good things to say. Hello beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Chelsea, and thanks for coming and joining me on my YouTube journey. And if you're returning, thanks so much for coming back and watching my videos. Today we are going to be talking about the best thing to ever happen to this universe. Okay, probably a little dramatic, but we are going to be talking about Rihanna's skincare, Fenty Skin, and I'm so excited to give this review. I have been waiting for her to drop a skincare line ever since she decided to drop a makeup line, and I didn't know it was in the works back then, but I was just like, if Rihanna drops skincare, that's it, I'm buying it. And guess what? I bought it. I want it. I got it. I want it. Anyway. So today I'm going to be giving you my honest opinion about her line, basically just giving you the rundown of what's included in her new skincare line and how I feel about the products. Again, this is all my personal opinion. This is how I feel. I do love Rihanna. I love everything she does. Her beauty line, her music, everything. She's literally like, I don't know, amazing. I even went to Barbados as our travel home. Like, I love Rihanna. But I am going to be honest because I want to basically give you guys and give people watching this a chance to see someone who's not like a high up beauty guru who's getting paid. Even though if Rihanna wanted to come over to this side, I wouldn't be mad at it. But I am just going to give you my honest opinion and review on the skincare line. So if you're interested in seeing that, just keep on watching. So this is my first time doing a review of any kind. Usually when I give reviews, I'm like just telling my friend like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, which is a review, but this is my first time actually recording and giving a review to YouTube. So please bear with me, please be nice. I'm sorry if I forget words or if I forget certain things. That is just me trying to think through my mind that literally just has a million things going at a time, all the time. So very new to this. I'm going to give my honest review, my honest opinion, but if I miss anything, please comment down below and I'll make a follow-up video. Remember to include it in my second video after I've been using the product for longer than a couple days, or I will just make another video. So just let me know what I miss, if I miss anything. But hopefully this is helpful for you if you want to purchase Fenty Skin. And yeah, enjoy. Okay, so if you don't know by now, Rihanna came out with 3 different products. She came out with a cleanser, she came out with a toner, and she came out with a sunscreen. So those are the 3 products that she decided to come out with for her line. I think it's amazing that she decided to come out with a sunscreen because there's always this idea, especially within the Black community, that you do not have to wear sunscreen. That is false, okay? You should be wearing sunscreen no matter what skin color you are, skin tone you are. And Rihanna being a woman of color, a Black woman of color especially, and coming out with a sunscreen, I think is great because it just promotes that Black people should be wearing sunscreen. And this isn't coming from what I've heard through the grapevine. This is coming from personal experience. Growing up, I would never wear sunscreen because we were always told, you don't have to wear sunscreen, it's fine, your skin is fine, the melanin is there. And it's like, no. You can still get skin cancer, you can still get like sun poison. You should 100% put on sunscreen no matter what color you are. And I actually just started doing this myself. I just started this year wearing sunscreen every single day because before I didn't realize that I needed to. So wearing sunscreen is so important, and I'm extremely happy Rihanna decided to include that in her first line because it's something that needs to be said and something that needs to be normalized within the Black community. So the first one is the cleanser, and it looks like this. I'm gonna just zoom in here. So this is the first thing. We're gonna get into review, don't worry. Then we have the sunscreen. I don't know if it's focusing. And finally, we have the fat water, which is just a toner, and it's called fat water, which I love. Love that. So my review is just going to be in general. I was going to go buy each product to give my pros and my cons, but unfortunately each product doesn't really have that many cons, so I thought just doing it in general will be a lot easier. So we're going to start off with the cons, so let's get into that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off with, and the first con, is fragrance. Now, I only learned from Hiram that fragrance isn't the best thing for skin to be included within skincare brands. I didn't know this from past. A lot of my stuff that I used not even that long ago has fragrance in it. I will say though, the fragrance is not overwhelming. So it is within the ingredients if you read the back, but it is not the first ingredient. It's towards the end, which is always great, and it's not overwhelming. It smells good, but it's a very soft scent. I want to say almost the face wash is almost kind of like a vanilla-ish scent, like a slight hint, and it's not overwhelming at all, which I really like, because I have been fragrance free on a lot of my skincare stuff. Going back into fragrance, it wasn't horrible. I would say that the sunscreen actually has a little bit more fragrance than everything else, because I do smell this a lot more, but it's not overwhelming. But it does include fragrance, and I know sometimes that can be difficult for sensitive skin. I personally do not have super sensitive skin, so I would say for everything, if you do have really sensitive skin, definitely test it on a spot of your skin first before using on your entire face. The fragrance is not overwhelming, but it's definitely within the ingredients. So that's my first con of the product. Okay, so con number 2 is the packaging of the fat water. So I do really like the fat water. It's just the bottle is kind of hard. I don't know if you can see that. So when you squeeze it to try to put some product on the cotton pad or whatever you're using, sometimes it is a little bit difficult to squeeze when I'm doing this motion, and I have to really push on it to get some of the product. That's a con for me, just because usually when I'm doing my skincare routine, unfortunately during the morning I'm kind of rushing, so like trying to squeeze it out is kind of annoying, but it's not horrible. I would just rather something a little bit more malleable in the product, maybe making this similar to the sunscreen packaging, which I really like, and I'll get into that later, and it being more of a pump instead of a turnover bottle. It does have this twist top similar to the cleanser, which I really like, because it's easy to travel with, but it is kind of annoying to push down, and once you're done, as you can see from the top, I don't know if you can, a little of the product gets on there, and it's kind of annoying too. So that is my second con for the line. My third con, and very similar to the fat water, is the packaging of the cleanser. I do really like it, but similar, it has that twisty top, and so some of the product does get on there, which is kind of annoying, especially because you're sitting it down like this. The product will dries up a little bit in the top. It's easy to clean, definitely easier if it was a cap, but then again, you're sitting this on certain surfaces, then you're taking a cleanser that you're going to wash your face with and then put it on. So that's another con, but this does push way better than the fat water. So if the fat water had a container like this, that would be amazing, because it's easier to squeeze and get out. But that is my third con. And then my fourth and final con, I told you guys I really didn't have that many bad things to say, and what I'm saying I feel like isn't even negative, it's more of like, for next time, like she's gonna see this, but girl, for next time, is the sunscreen is a little bit thick. Just a little thick, not overwhelming, but it's pretty thick. How many times am I going to say that? So that is the only con. I don't really have much to say on that other than it's really thick when you put it on your face. So initially I was a little worried about wearing makeup with it because of the thickness, and I already put a lot of stuff on my face, not a lot, but a decent amount. So I didn't want it to build up too much on my face, because the sunscreen I was using and that I'm used to is very lightweight and almost like a primer. So that was my only negative about the sunscreen, and that's pretty much it, to be honest, for all the cons. I told you guys I didn't have much cons. So let's just move into the positives and the pros. All right, so now getting into the pros. The cons were kind of hard for me to make up. I'm not gonna lie, it was very difficult for me to come up with some cons because I honestly love her skincare line, and I'm not saying that because I am a Rihanna fan. I'm not saying that because I love her and she's amazing, even though she is. I am saying that like I genuinely really like this stuff. Like, it's, girl, let me tell you, it is great. Okay, it is great. So I have been doing my normal face routine with her stuff. I took out what I was using originally for my cleanser and my toner, which before I was using the CeraVe moisturizing cleanser and the ordinary toner, and I replaced those two for her 2 items that fill in, and then I've just been doing my normal skincare routine. So my 3 ordinary serums, my moisturizer, and then the sunscreen. So I've been doing the same thing. And I have combination skin, very oily in the middle, in the T-zone, and then a little drier on the outside, not extremely dry, but I usually say a combination skin because I do have dry patches usually in the winter. So that is just a little bit of background of what my skin is kind of like, very combination. So just to start off with that, very oily. It's kind of annoying. Like, it's really annoying. All right, so my first pro, the cleanser. When I tell you this cleanser suds up so well, you do not even have to use a dime size amount for it to cleanse up. I used too much the first time that I put it on because I didn't realize that it was gonna soak up so much, and I love that. I love seeing the suds when you put it on your face because it's so like, oh yes, I'm getting my face clean. You see everything coming off, and this cleanser is supposed to take off everything, makeup, dirt, everything. And I have used this after I wore makeup, removed everything. Your face does not feel dry at all once you rinse it off. So the cleanser is great. It just, your face doesn't feel dry, it feels super moisturized after you use it, but also kind of tighten, and it just soaks up so well. So great part there. You only need a little bit, less than a dime size amount, which is great because that means that the product will last for a while. And I think that's important because not only is her line pretty affordable, but if you're going to be able to use that little bit and it lasts that long, that is a plus in my book. Like, that's great. The second pro, the fat water, helps my serums stick to my face so great. Amazing. I use the fat water after I cleanse, so like a toner, and it honestly helps my serums stick so well. They don't feel like it's so much stuff build up on your face. So I really like that the fat water. Ooh. I really like that the fat water is lightweight, but also easy to mold. There's just so many good things to say. Yeah, I just really enjoy that the fat water is so easy to go on your face, very lightweight, very thin, but also allows you to have your other products stick to your face. And when I say stick to your face, when you put it on, it's not a sticky tendency at all. It is not like, oh my god, this is nasty, it's so sticky. No, I'm just saying that once you put it on, it helps put with everything else that you put on in your skincare routine. So I really like that. And when I tell you I see a difference in my face, I honestly do. The video, as you saw prior, I don't know if you noticed, but I had like a little mark right here, and I've had that mark for about a week using my CeraVe normal cleanser, and it was not going away. It's from a pimple, unfortunately. But if I come a little closer, as you can see, it's like almost gone. Like, I've only been using this for 4 days and it's almost gone. I think that's amazing. I honestly like the fact that it's almost there. I had a little mark on my face right here the day before, and then 2 days after using, I don't even know if it's the cleanser or this, but using, disappeared. All right, so the sunscreen. even though it is really thick, it is not greasy at all, which I love. Like I said, I have really oily skin, and so putting things on my face that's extra thick makes me a little bit nervous because I feel like it's going to make my skin look really oily. This does not. And I still use a moisturizer before I put this on. Like I said before, I use 3 serums, and I also have my moisturizer, and then I put this on after, and my face was not oily at all. It did not feel weighed down, and I really appreciated that, especially someone who loves makeup. I put on my primer, I put my makeup on. My makeup stayed on throughout the day, so there was no issue. So this is great, and it makes me feel amazing that I'm able to protect my skin while I'm wearing this. I feel like I mentioned this already, but it just smells great. And yeah, I really like the sunscreen. Like I said, do not feel oily, which is a big thing for me. And another thing that I also love about the sunscreen is the packaging. So this is a really cool packaging that is reusable. So what you do is you twist up when you want to use it, and this part goes up, and twist down when you don't. So it's nice and easy to pack. And then when you do want to use it, like I said, twist it up and you press this to get some out. But the great part is it pops out. So this is the reusable portion of the sunscreen. So when you purchase her sunscreen, when you purchase a refill, you'll just get this part to pop that right back in and use all over again. I think that's amazing. Honestly, if the other products can come in a package similar to this, I think that would be great. I like having the pump, not only because it's reusable and that's great, but it's so much easier to push down. So if the oil came in something like this, the fat water came in something like this that you can press on a cotton ball, I would be extremely happy. But I really do love this packaging. I love all the packaging because it's like super aesthetically pleasing. There's just a few things that I didn't like I mentioned, but I do really like this one. I think this is my favorite kind of packaging that I've had in a skincare product. So something else about the fat water that I really do like is that it's pore refining. So it helps shrink your pores and make them a little bit smaller. I personally have huge pores. It's like annoying how large my pores are, and I'm pretty sure that's why my face tends to be a little bit oilier than the normal person. When I tell you my face isn't as oily anymore, it's amazing. So usually before, when I would wash my face, I would go to sleep, wake up the next morning, my face is filled with oil. The first day after using her products, I woke up the next morning, I barely had oil on my face. I probably had a little bit right here from, you know, the sleep oil, but I usually wake up and it looks like you could fry bacon on my face. And this time, you couldn't fry anything on my face. It was great, and so I really appreciated that. And I also realized, usually I don't wear makeup throughout the week because I am working from home, so there's not really a need for me to wear makeup. So I realized after using the products throughout the day, my face wouldn't get as oily as it usually would. And that is just great to me because I hate when my skin gets oily. I just look like I'm sweating when I'm not sweating. It's just oil. But the fact that I didn't have any oil on my face when I woke up and a lot of oil didn't accumulate throughout the day, I think is a plus and a positive, and I really appreciate that. So I'm pretty sure it's the pore refining fat water that did its job, and I just want to thank you because I needed that. My face would get so oily. So that is another pro. I'm sorry I lost count of the pros. It's not even that many. I just couldn't keep track, but yeah, I really love it. It's great. So overall, I love Rihanna's products. The only cons I had, obviously, like I said, was the packaging mostly and the fragrance, but all the positives literally over trump that. Is it over trump? So like I said, she does have fragrance in her products, which is not overwhelming at all, and I wish a couple of the packaging was a little bit different, but overall I love the products. I see a noticeable difference in my face after using it for only 4 days. I use it day and night, and I use the same routine that I have been using. As I said, these are only things that were switched out, And when I tell you my face, I have seen a difference. Yes, I have pimples here and there. That is just natural. I get pimples, unfortunately. Don't we hate adult acne? 'Cause I do. But my skin not only feels super soft, but it doesn't get oily as much. Well, it still gets oily, let me not lie, but definitely a lot less oily than it did before. And I am glowing. Like, can we just look at that? And I am glowing. My scars and my dark spots are going away. Like I showed you before, the mark that was down here is almost gone, and I just almost gone. There was a spot up here that's not even there. Using these products has definitely been great for my skin and for my dark marks. So I cannot wait to see what the product's gonna look like on my face, or how my face is gonna look using the products after 2 weeks. And I'm so excited to come back with a final review on her products. So I will be continuing to use these products for another week and a half or so. I'll come back, make another review, and let you know how I like it and if I had any changes within my skin. I'll also be doing a skincare routine to show you all what exactly I use on my face, so you can see other things that I use if you're interested in seeing what I use to keep my face looking like this. And it's not perfect. I always wish it was better. I think I spend more money on skincare than I do makeup at this point, but I honestly swear to you, do not use a lot of product. Thank you so much for coming and watching me review this product. I hope you enjoy my review, and I hope it gives you a little bit of light if you should or shouldn't get it. I personally think you should. I think you should try it out, but I'm also that friend that tells you to buy the stuff because I want someone to tell me to buy stuff. So I don't know, but I have been loving it so far, and I think I'm going to continue to love it. So I definitely think you should try it out. Unfortunately, I think some things are sold out, but I for sure know she is going to restock everything pretty soon because I knew it was going to sell out. So I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night, wherever and whenever you are watching this video, and I hope you are kind and love yourself. Thanks, guys. Bye.